Ellie here for A&R Factory, and I'm joined by the gorgeous Tasha Blackmore. She's a pop country singer-songwriter currently living in Northumberland in the UK. So hello there, lovely. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm brilliant. I'm so pleased to speak to you. There's loads and loads that I want to talk about. But first, the accent. So you were born in Melrose on the Scottish borders. So what was it like growing up there? Did you have a lot of musical influence around you, or were you the only musical person?
No, basically, I was quite lucky. I was, as I said, I was born in Melrose, but I was actually raised in Ayton, which is a little village near Eyemouth. And my head teacher, he was a guitarist. So I really liked getting involved with the kids, doing music and things like that. So I started singing with him from about, God, I would have been like 7 or something. So that's how it all started. So basically I started singing with him. He started teaching me bits on guitar and things like that. And it kind of just grew from there. So I was quite lucky that I could start music that young, really.
That's so brilliant that you had that influence at school. And because you are like a pop and country crossover, how has that happened? How has this become your sound? You must have like so many influences.
Yeah, I think how it started was like years ago. I came across Taylor Swift, and like right back at the beginning of her career, you know, back at Fearless, you know, and I really liked, you know, I really liked her sound, the sort of cross between country and pop that she had, and I was really inspired by that. And I thought, you know, I'd love to learn how to songwrite, start writing my own music, and have my own pop country music, but in my own way. So yeah, it's cool. I take influence from like traditional country music. There's a lot of I love Alan Jackson and things like that, people like that. But I also love like the pop side, you know. So yeah, it kind of comes to take influence from that and try and create my own sound.
And it's a very exciting day for you today because it's the 30th of April. This interview will go out in a couple of weeks, but it is the release of your single Last Goodbye. So tell me everything. I've watched the video. I love it. You've got paper chains. You buy like the seaside. Just tell me everything.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, Last Goodbye is really cool. I'm quite excited about it. It's that's definitely more of the pop track, more like, you know, pop sounding that I've put out yet. And basically, I'm quite lucky that I have a guy that who does video, who's a friend of the family. And I go to him and I say, I've got this new single coming out, and it's this pop kind of meets country vibes, and, you know, would you be interested in doing a video for it? And I just kind of let him go away and think about it, and he comes back with these great ideas. You know, with the paper chain idea, was sort of is to do with, you know, the idea of breaking the chain. You know, obviously the song's about, you know, the end of a relationship, or it could be the end of anything really, but that's probably the original idea. And you know, and he sort of has taken that idea into a visual metaphor, and I think the video has worked quite well.
Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah. And you as well, you're so gorgeous. I know we shouldn't talk about people's appearances really, because it is about like the talent and the music, but you fit the image so well. And also your other song that you released not too long ago, so High Time, at the minute it's still on 12k views on YouTube, so congrats to you, that's so super. But I just wondered in that video as well, because you kind of sat on a chair, you're walking away, you don't really hug the limelight that much, do you?
No, I mean, for me, it's about my songwriting really. And that's kind of what I really want to be recognized for, is my songs. And so that's probably why. It's like I kind of want the music to stand out more than anything else.
Yeah. And when you're performing and things, are you like uber confident, or do you feel like your sort of pop star self is an alter ego, or do you feel as if you are like, well, the successful queen that you are? I mean, do you feel that in your everyday life?
I don't know. I just kind of just be me, really. I don't really know who that is, but it's me. I don't try to be anything, and I just kind of be myself. I mean, I haven't done a live show in quite a long time for obvious reasons because of the pandemic, but I am looking forward to doing that. But I have to admit, I am quite nervous about it because it's been a long time since I performed. So
I'm sure you'll slip back into it. But it's not just been the pandemic though, because you had a break to do music at uni, and your videos on your YouTube from your live gigs are like, some of them go back to sort of 8 years ago.
Yeah,
so
I know, yeah.
Yeah, why the huge break? Tell me.
Well, basically, it was funny. I went to uni, and I actually went to uni and studied. I didn't study music. I studied business management with business law, and I kind of ended up being at uni a lot longer than I expected to be, because after I finished my first degree, I then wanted to take my law study further. So I ended up being at uni for like 7 years. And so I found that I couldn't do music as well as that. I just couldn't. I was struggling to split myself between the two. I was still writing all the time, definitely writing at home, but I just didn't feel that I had the time and the energy to do my degree as well as releasing music as well. So
you need time to like eat, drink, and go to the toilet, love. Like, cut yourself a bit of slack. Why now then? Why 2021?
Well, basically, I finished uni just at the start of the pandemic in 2020, and so then I thought, where do I want to go? Do I want to go into like a legal job, or do I want to start my music again? And I'd written a couple of songs. I had written High Time and I'd written Last Goodbye, and I was really excited about them, and I really wanted to record them. And so I thought, well, now I've finished uni, that's out the way. Maybe this is time to start again as a sort of relaunch, because I would say my music's a bit different to it was back 8 years ago. So I sort of decided it was time to relaunch myself. Now I had the time and the energy to focus on it. So
with that in mind then, what can people expect from you for the rest of the year? We've still got 8 months to go yet, so hopefully you've got some exciting things planned. I know the thing is, you almost feel like you can't enjoy your release because it's always like, what's next? So definitely enjoy the release that's just come out today. Well, in a few weeks by the time this has just come out. But what else is coming up for you this year that people can look out for?
I am back in the studio at the moment, recording new music. So there's definitely more coming in the next. I'm hoping my next release will be probably summertime, maybe August. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe before. We'll see what happens. So I think it will be another single. I'm not sure about putting an album out just yet. I think how I'm going to work things is I'm just going to keep putting singles out and with a video and just see where it goes.
100%. And where can people find you on social media if they want to? I'm sure they will.
You can find me on Facebook. It's Tasha Blackmore on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. My username's Tasha L Blackmore on there, and Tasha Blackmore on Instagram. So just all the usual. Just put Tasha Blackmore in, and it should come up.
Go and find her. And one more thing as well. When you go and record, what studio are you at? I don't want people to come and stalk you. I'm sure they won't. I just wanted to know a bit of background about production and stuff.
Yeah, I go to a chap called Gary Boyle. It's Slate Room Studios, which is in Pencaitland. Pencaitland's near Edinburgh. And Gary, we have a really good musical relationship, and he really understands my music and my sound, and so we work well together, and we end up producing something really cool each time. So definitely
brilliant. Great. Well, do you know what, you're so lovely at the same time, so the fact you're talented, gorgeous, and genuinely pleasant and polite, I hope you have the most fantastic rest of your day, and thank you for talking to me, Tasha.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.